And maybe this just shows you how mentally unwell I am. What a freaking queen. What a queen. But if you've read this series, you're going to instantly understand. She is the definition of a badass. Hey guys, welcome to my Caffeinated Chaos, or welcome back. I'm Cassie, and today we're going to yap about some FMCs that get me motivated like a motherfucker in the gym. Because being a bookish gym girly, I do think finding motivation in these books has helped my gym and fitness journey just as much as it helps my mental health. Hence the chaos part of the Caffeinated Chaos. So we're going to go ahead and just hop right in to some of the FMCs that just get that fire going for me, and maybe they can help you get your gym motivation back, or just get you a little extra pep in the step when it comes to your workouts. First up is going to be some ladies that the wonderful Sarah J. Maas has blessed us with, because they have been very inspiring for my fitness journey. And I'm going to say right here that not just the ladies that I'm talking about has been helpful with my fitness journey, but these are the 3 top girlies that have really just got my fire going when my fire was burning out. First is going to be Nesta. Nesta Archeron. But Nesta, I know some people hate her, but I'm a Nesta girly through and through. She trains with Cassian. Okay. Trains with the Valkyries. She is a badass. When she goes through her 10,000 step journey, the way I could relate to that mental health journey that she was on was sad, but also just unreal. So she has always been very motivating to me. She overcomes so much internally, and her fitness journey in the book really helps her get through that mental anguish that she's dealing with. I think that is super motivating when it comes to my own fitness journey, honestly. And then of course we have Aylin Galathinius. I mean, my girl Aylin is the definition of a badass. She is an assassin who then saves literally the whole entire world. I cannot imagine. If you have not read Throne of Glass, please freaking do yourself a favor and read it. And I'm just going to say, if you know, you know. Okay? If you know anything about Aylin, you understand why she motivates me in the gym like no other. And then, of course, we have Bryce Quinlan, because I had to hit someone from every series. So Bryce is the FMC for the Crescent City series. I think that she's super motivating because even though she's not the skinniest little tiny girl, she still is such a badass, fights with such an intensity that is just super freaking motivating. And once again, girl helps save the world. Hello, what's more motivating than the FMC that freaking brings the archangels to their freaking knees? If you know, you know. When it comes to vacuums, I can't vacuum my house now without thinking about my girl Bryce. So those 3 from the Sarah J. Maas universe have literally helped spark my gym journey like no other, like no freaking other. Okay. Next up, we're going to have the FMC in the Crowns of Nyaxia duology, and that is my girl Oriya. She is not a vampire in a world of vampires, right? I mean, there's mortals and vampires, obviously, but where she's at in the world, she's with all the freaking vampires, and she chooses to go compete in a trial with all vampires. She's the only human competing in this trial, and she is confident she's gonna win this. She is that fucking girl. And not even just her abilities are just so motivating, but the mental strength it takes, the fact that this girl has the confidence that she does, and the perseverance, and the way she just keeps her head down and she's I'm gonna do the damn thing, is just so motivating. It's so freaking motivating. It's unreal. And then if you don't even consider the trial part, let's just put that on the back burner for a second. This girl is one of those heroes in the night saving people from vampires. She is a human taking out hundreds of freaking vampires doing humans wrong. And if you're doing that, you're definitely a badass. And she's just immaculate. She is so brave and truly so motivating. As you'll notice, I'm a fantasy girly through and through. I do read other genres, but my comfort genre is fantasy. So you're going to notice that a lot of these girlies have to do with fantasy books, and that's okay. We're going to stay on theme. We're going to stay on theme with our freaking fantasies. And next, we're going to talk about the Crimson Moth duology. Now, the Crimson Moth duology, the FMC, is Rune Winters, and she is in a time where witches are being hunted down and massacred for just being witches, but she is there helping witches because the lady who raised her was a witch and was hunted down. So she's trying to help them escape and get them to safety, right? Kind of like what's it called? Like an Underground Railroad situation. Something that makes her so badass is her stealth, right? Because she has to be super stealthy, and like she is like undercover as kind of like a ditzy, ritzy, rich girl that like doesn't know anything. So like that makes her less likely to be the Crimson Moth. And she wears that mask like a freaking pro. And then on top of it, she's just doing the things that she's doing to get these people to safety. And it's so badass. It is so badass. I think that like if the story was written in more of like a modern day times, like she gives like CIA agent vibes. Obviously you got to be training. Obviously got to be. So that girl motivates the hell out of me when it comes to fitness, because I'm like, I want to be able to get my friends and family to safety if needed. Okay. I'm always training with the idea of like, what if a zombie apocalypse comes around? I need to be able to protect my boys and get them to safety, right? So like this girl does everything she can do for people who she doesn't even know. And it's super inspiring. Next one, we're going to talk about the Sins of Zodiac. And if you know anything about the Twisted Sisters, you know they write a damn good fantasy series. We have Vesper. She is a force to be reckoned with, and she freaking knows it. Every person around her knows it. It's just like she is the definition of a badass, and everyone is intimidated by her in the best way possible. She's intelligent, she's resilient, she's like the epitome of discipline, in my opinion. She's someone I think that you either get to know her and you love her and like get her and understand her, or she's going to be someone that you really like, don't really like. I feel like she's kind of like a Nesta in that sense. For me, I was instantly intrigued by her, and I was like, oof, I am going to love this girl. And I did. I love her. I love her so much. I have not read Cindervale yet, but don't you worry. That is going to be getting read very soon. And the final FMC is actually not going to come from a fantasy series. I know, shocker, shocker, not from a fantasy series. But if you've read this series, you're going to instantly understand. So we're talking about the Mind series. Lana Myers. What a freaking queen. What a queen. So in the Mind series, Lana is a serial unaliver who is unaliving men from her past who wronged her and her family, and I think it was her closest friend as well, if I remember correctly, in a horrendous way. So I'm not going to spoil it for you, but when you find out what they did, you're like, go girl, go. Get them and put them in the motherfucking ground. They deserve it. But the way she goes about it, she is chef's kiss, okay? And in this book series, you are following her point of view as well as the FBI profilist. I don't know if that's what they're called. FBI profiler, sorry, that is on her case trying to find her and like get this serial unaliver under control. However, he ends up falling for her and doesn't know that she's the person he's looking for. It is, if you like Criminal Minds, read that series. It's freaking amazing. But she's also super motivating because what she does, how she tortures these mother effers, and maybe this just shows you how mentally unwell I am. That might be a little bit of a into that. But the way she handles herself, the way she takes care of these men that deserve to be taken care of is motivating as hell to me. I want to know that if I'm wronged in any type of way, like she was wronged, I'm going to be able to come back and haunt those mother effers like they've never been haunted before, which is exactly like she does. If you've ever heard the sound Paint the Town Red, let's look up who that's by Doja Cat. That came out shortly after I read the Mind series, and I was like, this is like my girl's song. This should be her theme song. And if you know, you know. If you've read the series, you totally understand where that reference comes from. And as much as these women who motivate me may make me seem a little crazy, but something you will never find on my channel is me claiming to be sane. We're not going to do that here. We're going to be mentally unwell and proud. The main male character in that series gives me Spencer Reid vibes, so I'm telling you, if you have not read the Mind series and you are a Criminal Mind girly, do yourself a favor and read it. So those are some FMCs that really get my motivation in tip-top shape. in the gym as well as just in life in general, and just want to be the best version that I can be. I hope that if you haven't read any of those books that you decide to go ahead and read them, and maybe they will motivate you the way that they motivate me. So if you made it this far, I freaking love you. I love you. I hope to see you next time. Don't forget to click that like and subscribe. Bye.